Hey guys, Saturday, November 23rd, 2024. Let's see what the Black Widow may possibly do next week. So, without any further delay, let's get into it. Um, as you know or may not know, I'm still traveling, working on some projects, and I figure I squeeze in a weekly forecast. It's not going to be as elaborate as my other videos because I got my traveling computer, so I don't got all my tools there, but I got enough to I'll give you some goodies. So with the LA wave theory, as you can see, it's projecting a wave three right now. I know we hit a high of 356 and we made a low of 307. It has a wave four projection of 307, which I believe we already did, and another target for wave four around 299. And then it's projecting a wave five all the way to 481. Now, if this is not a wave three, it could be 363, which goes in line with the October 27 high of 363, or it could be even higher, 422. But somewhere around this ballpark, we could have a possible wave three if this is not a wave three already. Working on a wave four into a wave five. Now, if you ask me, I'm not leaning on this. I think that maybe we already put a high or we're gonna put a high this week. So maybe it might kiss the 363, maybe a double top, maybe a fail new high. I'm not too sure, but that's where I'm leaning. I locked in profits, so I am out of nat gas here. So I'm gonna be on the sideline watching. As you can see, the Stokes already starting to build their position, or at least build the alert to let us know that things now are getting very, very toppy. And there's a potential now for a turning point to the downside. If you've been following me for a while, you know my weekly videos. I can't remember the last one I did. We were talking about the last week of November getting very, very toppy. In the short term, I'm not saying that, from here now we go to zero. I'm just saying for now, possible turning point now to go, getting weaker into November and, well, November's are about to end, but getting weaker into December and January and February. On top of that, we already know that large speculators, which I need to look at the commitments of traders report. I didn't watch it today or seen the numbers. But as of now, I know from the last report, large speculators are short and commercial are buying. So that's that, and I'm just trying to go all this off of my mind right now. Large speculators are short. We know there's a daily cycle that is down, and we know that the weekly is up. We know seasonality, we get weak, and large speculators are short. And I think that 356, it might probably maybe do another one just to trap maybe some bulls, but eventually I think is going to turn this week. I have to look at my projection lines. Maybe I'm too early. Maybe there's more upside. I don't know. I'm. This is where it gets really, really tricky. I'm seeing a lot of Gann things that tell me that be careful here, and I'm also seeing a lot of stuff that, like the red projection line. Maybe we got a little thing, or maybe we could just go sideways here. But either way, I just wanted to let you know, be careful here because this is where the Black Widow could get you. Let's put some of my indicators here. So this is the target I have of 221. Your midpoint was 326, and your high end was 329. And we went all the way as 356. I know also on my market profile, which I don't have here, there was an area around 340 and 350 to be concerned. And that was on the market profile of possible resistance, and it went as high as 356 and then shot down it had like a big bear kicker candle. If you look at your daily candle, that's a big bear. Like the bears just showed up like out of nowhere. Like, whoa. all the bears came out. So be careful now on that. So looking at our linear regression channel, still pointing up. The trend is still up, and it could go higher, and it could probably continue going higher without me. I'm just very cautious here, and this is what the Elliott wave theory is showing. And there was a day here in the 19th, but it looks like we made our high on the 22nd. Uh, and these are targets I have to the downside. Also, on top of that, there's change of contract gap fills all down here below in the lower area, which I believe if we're going to go higher, and it doesn't have to, it may probably go high, it may go higher without filling them. I've seen that also, but I'm kind of leaning it probably could get filled up, following the seasonality and following the large speculators bet, fill these gaps, and then start trending and trending higher. So keep an eye out for 1128. This is a target I have to the downside. 210 midpoint would be 204 all the way to 199. And watch out for 1012, 1220 for maybe like bounces or something in that area. Um, yeah, 1010 looks pretty interesting because you got one from the top and from the bottom. What else? What else? I think that's it. Let's look at the MACD. MACD is still positive, but the Stokes are already giving us heads up to be cautious now, and it just started. So that's that. Let's see if I want to. Yeah, let's look at my other chart here that I cover. So this is the hourly, and this is the high. We did 356, and we shot down over here all the way to, you can say 307. Uh, so maybe this is a way for, you know, well, this is an hourly chart. I'm thinking about the daily. So now we're a little below, but above all these areas right here, the supply zone. Let's put our 4 hour, and we're still in the trend. Um, Still above the supply zone. And I'm sure there's other supply zones. I just haven't updated this chart. But the daily is pretty interesting because the daily hit the top of the channel here and pierced it a little more higher and then shot down. So this is a bear kicker. So the daily is giving us more clues, but we will need to penetrate this supply zone. I mean, it's going to be support now in this midpoint. So if the Bulls could defend this area, it may try to do it again, and maybe like towards the, you know, I don't know, Thanksgiving. I don't know. The markets might, I'm sure it's going to be slow. Some things are closed, so there's not going to be a lot of action. So the action probably just started Friday. People that were all long from down here started locking in profits. I did also. And then Monday, it could just be maybe just chop fest. Monday and Tuesday, maybe sideways. Wednesday, people already start leaving for seeing family and traveling and all that. So maybe Monday and Tuesday could bring action. More to the downside, people just trying to get out, lock in profit, or just kind of quiet and sideways here. Uh, or I might try to regain it. I don't know. I with this bear candle kicker, I think there's a lot of energy involved there, and they're gonna defend this area up here. So this is the week I was leaning on. They could be very, very tricky and cautious and risky. So do what you want to do. I know that I'm on the sidelines for now, watching to see what nat gas is going to do. I want to see if it's going to take out 363 and have a weekly, daily close above that price. Then I'll change my mind and maybe get back into it because maybe things are different. But and it's probably not going to follow the seasonality. But this is where it gets a little tricky. I think that's it. I don't want to make this video too long and keep mumbling the same thing, but just be careful here. this is where things get interesting. Now that we are, around 363 high of October 27th in that ballpark. Watch out for, 307. That's the 45-degree um, on the square of nine. So that's good support. It could just show you that that's why it bounced from there. Now, if you fail 307, keep out for 280, and even 250. And there's probably be maybe a channel where it might find support until like December, maybe bounce, and then maybe one more final, like an ABC correction down. If it's gonna follow the seasonality, if not, it's probably gonna do its own thing and maybe go either sideways or higher. I'm gonna try to see if I could do maybe a part two, and that's probably gonna cover the geometry if I can. I don't have my, I don't know if I have, I don't know if I have what I have at my computer in the house here with all my layouts and everything. I might have to create it from scratch on my end over here. So we'll see. But I'm curious to know if we kiss that 45 on the scale chart, because that's going to be something that's going to add more clues to figure out if this is now the downturn. Um, so we'll see. I'm going to sign out. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And hopefully, I'll post a video tomorrow. Um, might be traveling, so it probably won't be in the morning. It'll probably maybe be in the afternoon. Hopefully, you guys make money. Hopefully, you got something out of this move, because I knew it was coming. It was just a lot of noise was happening, and sometimes you kind of doubt yourself. But you got to follow your indicators. You got to follow your projection lines, your cycles, whatever technique and theory you have. The one that I kind of question is the Elliott wave now, because the Elliott wave says it's a 3 going to a 4 and then ending in a 5. And I'm kind of leaning like we're getting this is probably where it turns from here. So it might adjust. If it does, it's probably going to adjust to make sense of, a turning point from here. All right. I'll see you guys soon.